This is the first ever WWE email bag episode here on the Wicked Bitter YouTube channel or on Spotify if you're listening there. I thank you all for checking this out. And more importantly, I want to thank all of you who have emailed in because overwhelming response, honestly. I know a couple of videos ago I mentioned my first email that I've ever gotten on this channel was from Israel Gomez or Gomes. I hope I pronounced it right. And I was over the moon because I never thought I'd be able to get a email from anybody. So, since then, though, I've been getting, a lot of emails by my standards because it's something I'm not used to getting. So now I have them. And I want to thank you all for submitting them, sending them in. I'm excited to read what they say. I've only seen one or two, and I actually responded to them separately because one of them, shout out to Beefy Has Anxiety. That's an awesome name, by the way. He emailed me asking if I want to be on the show. Things didn't line up where I could be on the show. I apologize for that, but I hope I can be on your show or your channel soon. That'd be sweet if we can collab. He actually asked if he could take a clip from one of my other videos and put in his video. So if you all have a moment and you want to check it out, go check out Beefy Has Anxiety on YouTube. He puts out some great stuff too. So, Other than that, I haven't read any of these. So I would like to get on with this here, start reading some of these emails. Super excited for this. And by the way, I want to figure out a good way or a good name for this type of segment or this type of, episode that we do. Because I would like to do these email episodes weekly if you guys are sending them in. If I have emails to read, I would like to do these weekly. If not, I'm probably not going to do an email episode, but the goal is to do them every week, and I welcome all emails. You want to talk about Raw, SmackDown? I don't watch too much of NXT, but if you guys want me to start looking into NXT, I'll look at it, I'll watch it. I used to, but since they went through all their transitions and then 2.0, I kind of just gave up on it. I heard it's really good now, though. I like a few people down there, so I would be open to watching if you guys want me to watch and we can talk about it. I can do that too. But yeah, any questions, concerns, comments, predictions, whatever, anything. If you want to send in an email, I'm here for it. Let's get into these emails here, okay? First one is from Blake. And some of these, I was about to say if some of these are long, I might skip. This one is a little lengthy, but that's okay. We're going to I might skim through some of it just to get the gist of the idea. Okay, here's an email from Blake. Travis, love the podcast. Keep up the great coverage. Thanks, Blake. I love that. Ever since Roman has become champion, there is no secret that he picks and chooses when to defend the title, some being months in between PLEs. Now, for another different reason, we see Seth Rollins as legitimately injured. As the World Heavyweight Champion, it seems WWE is abandoning the idea of vacating titles either due to injury or scheduling. It used to be if a superstar was actually hurt or didn't defend the title by the next pay-per-view, they had to relinquish the title. It looks like WWE tries to picture their titles similar to UFC where you don't defend them as much, more so Roman than Seth, obviously. I want to get your thoughts on if you like the new direction of how WWE views their titles now. Blake, thank you for this email. This is awesome. See, I think the way I see it is... I think if it depends on when the injury happens. I think because we're so close to WrestleMania, and Seth is hurt. I feel like they're trying. If it's not a super serious injury, which I still don't know the extent of Rollins' injury. I feel like he can still maybe force himself to get through a match, even though he's kind of hurt. It might not be the smartest thing to do, but I think he's wanting to do that. And WWE, it's the biggest show of the year, so I think they don't want to strip the title of him. We're only a couple of months out of WrestleMania, so I think he's going to tread very carefully and try to rehab and take care of it as much as he can. And then I think he's going to defend. As far as Roman goes, that's a whole different special ordeal. I think it's just that it's gotten to the point with his reign that they have plans for it. Like even he's not hurt, but he's he's battled leukemia stuff, and now it's like he's broken records. So I think they're just keeping it on him. Gunther's just been a dominant champion. I think Triple H likes longer title reigns anyway, but I think if somebody was legitimately hurt where they really couldn't wrestle at all, and it wasn't WrestleMania season, I think you would see them being stripped of the title. thanks, Blake, for that email. That's freaking amazing. I got another one here. I might come back to this one because it's kind of lengthy. This one's from Ari. Ari from, wow, Goa, India? Wow, we're all the way out in India. We reached India, guys. That's freaking awesome. All right, I'm excited for this. Okay, this is from Ari. After Roman Reigns buried the World Heavyweight title on SmackDown last Friday, it got me thinking, when will that title lose the aura of being the consolation belt? I say it happens after Roman loses the WWE Championship, since everyone who has challenged for the World Heavyweight title has lost to Roman, basically. And when do you think this title becomes the level of WWE Championship, at least in terms of something prestigious or sought after? This is a great question. I've actually seen some rumors lately of WWE wanting to unify the World Heavyweight Championship and the WWE title. I'm going to be honest, I'm not a fan of that idea. The only World Heavyweight Champion we've had has been Seth Rollins, and he's worked hard, right? And WWE has worked hard in getting us to believe that that title means something and that it's a workhorse title, and it's supposed to be the second biggest title right next to Roman Reigns, right? And I think Roman burying that title was just in poor judgment. I don't know whose call it was. I don't know if it was Roman, Rock's. I don't know if it was I don't think it was Triple H's. I don't know whose call that was. I don't like the way it was handled. But Seth Rollins' title, I feel like if they are going to do this draft still, if they're going to continuously have separate rosters for Raw and SmackDown, you got to have a top title on Raw. And if they want it to be the World Heavyweight Championship, you got to build it better. Well, I can't say better because they've done a good job with it, but you can't be crapping on it on SmackDown or anywhere else. Seth Rollins can't be viewed as or spoken to as a secondary title. And you might be right. Maybe when Roman loses his championship, maybe the playing field is a little even after that. Wow, I can't believe that. Ari, thank you so much from India. That's amazing. This one's from Legendary Gamer, the Legendary Gamer, sorry. Hey, dude, I was wondering who you think Gunther should face at WrestleMania, and also who you think should eventually be the one to dethrone him. Also, you're doing great with the vids. Keep it up and ignore any dumb negativity. Thanks a lot, Legendary Gamer. That's a good one, too. These have been great so far. I don't know. We got some options here for Gunther, I feel like. I think right now Gunther versus Jey Uso is a good option. I don't know if they're going to go with it. Simply because I really still think Jey and Jimmy are facing each other at WrestleMania, and I don't think Jey is going to be putting that title up at WrestleMania against Jimmy. It wouldn't make sense for me to have Jimmy have the title just to face Jimmy, or it wouldn't make sense for Jey to have the title just to face Jimmy in a non-title match at WrestleMania. Plus, Gunther's had this title for this long. I feel like Gunther is going into WrestleMania as the Intercontinental Champion, but I feel like because of his reign has been so lengthy and dominant, you got to give Gunther a good opponent here. And I know this guy has been portrayed as a main eventer as of recently, just because he's in the main event picture. But Sami Zayn would be a cool idea for the IC title. And you know what? I've thought about Braun Breaker, but that's all depending on if they want to shoot him that high. Just a couple of months to go that quickly. You know, he's got to get over really quick with the fans, which I don't think will be too much of a problem. But I don't know. That's a risky call there. WWE has a lot of options right now with a lot of people. You still got Chad Gable, which I liked that feud they had, and I actually thought that Chad Gable had a legitimate shot at beating Gunther for that title. So I don't know. There's that. And honestly, as a personal pick for me, I would just love to see Xavier Woods do it. I don't know how many people are talking about Woods doing it, specifically Xavier Woods. I feel like he's long overdue for a singles championship somewhere. I mean, I thought it was going to happen with the U.S. title over on SmackDown. Now that he's on Raw now, let's get Xavier Woods to get the IC title. I don't know how popular or unpopular that opinion is, but hey, New Day are still over. They're always going to be over. Those guys get some of the biggest pops every night. I think Xavier Woods is deserving of a singles title run somewhere, right? IC title would be cool. So, Legendary Gamer, thank you for that question. Great email. Let's see. What else we got here? Sorry, this one's kind of long here. If I have time, I'll come back to it. What do we got here? Another one about Cody. I might skip that one for now. Man, a lot of these are pretty lengthy. I might have to go to one of them. All right, here's one that's a little smaller here. This one is from Country Boy. I love these names, some of these. Hey, I saw your videos and I wanted to know your opinion on my take. I feel like they built up a 2-year storyline that us passionate fans got into just for them to end it for money and to cover up the whole Vince thing. Love your videos. Keep it up. Country Boy, thanks a lot, bro. I appreciate this. Yeah, there's rumors about that. There's rumors about, it being covered up, by inserting The Rock in this whole thing. I honestly felt like this might have been the plan all along, regardless of whether the lawsuit came out or not. We've all known, right? We've all known it's Rock and Roman was going to happen at some point. If you look at it, Rock's 50-something, maybe just short of 50. Roman's in his 40s, I want to believe. Roman has been doing this as champion for 3 years now. He still has the leukemia thing he goes with. The bloodline story has kind of, I don't want to say it's lost all of its steam, but it's not the same as it was when Jay was still in it and Sami Zayn. So at some point you got to pull the trigger on this match. And I think with Roman being as hot as he's been the past 3 years, he still draws and he still gets a lot of reaction from the crowd. You're gonna have to do this match. Plus, we don't know how long The Rock wants to wrestle for. This might be just a one and done for him. So you got to do it at some point. Like I said in the other videos, it's just the way they got here. It's the way this was booked. It's the way it happened. I always felt like Rock and Roman was going to happen. And actually, when he came out, last month or so, and he mentioned sitting at the head of the table, everybody must have thought, okay, WrestleMania match is on. It's happening, so Cody's not going to get it this year. And then, of course, the lawsuit happened, and now this all looks like it's a cover-up kind of thing, or just to draw the attention off of it. I don't know. I feel like we got to wait a little bit longer to see what else comes out about it. Either way, part of me doesn't think this is over yet with Cody Rhodes. I don't know. In the last week, it's kind of convinced me something's up here. Cody didn't give an answer on Raw about anything. He didn't even talk at all, really. And then tomorrow, or by the time you're watching this, Thursday, the press conference happens. So we don't know if we're going to get any information there. We might not. WWE might be building and building and building to get more and more fans on the side of Cody Rhodes so that they're loud, loud, loud to the point where they kind of give us a little bit of a Daniel Bryan thing. I know it's not the same, but there are similarities in it. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's over yet, but I still can't fathom seeing... in my mind, I just can't see that being a triple threat. I don't know how they're going to work through this. I don't know how they're going to fix it, but I don't think it's going to be a triple threat. I don't think it's going to be a special guest referee like a lot of people say they think it's going to be. I don't know. We just have to see it. For the first time in a long time, WrestleMania has some question marks in some of these matches, and I kind of feel like that's a little fun in a way. Even though it might come at the expense of Cody. Cody, I still feel like is going to be fine. People say he's getting buried. I don't believe that at all. It's just poor timing right now. But thanks so much, Country Boy, for this question. That was great. Let me see here. Okay. Patrick, what is his last name? Antone or Antony? I just watched your new YouTube video today, February 4th, so this is one of my last ones. And I went through and watched some of your other vids. I just want to say thank you. I watch a few wrestling YouTube channels, and I've never seen someone as passionate and humble as your start to the video from 2/4. February 4th, and that's not just counting wrestling YouTubers. Keep up the great work. I'll be subscribing and turning on the notifications, and you're the only YouTuber I have notifications turned on for. Whoa! Thanks for the passion and humble enthusiasm. Patrick, your new fan, Patrick. Cheers, bro. Hey, Patrick, right back at you, dude. This is amazing. Cheers to you, man. I'm a fan of you. That's freaking great. Thanks, dude. I appreciate that. Wow. Awesome. Let's go here with Jack. Jack says, all right, bro, loving the content, and the situation with Cody sucks. The Rock vs. Roman is a dream match, but the timing is all off. Quick question here for you. What's your Mount Rushmore of WWE? Wow. I never thought I'd get this question. I listen to other podcasts, other wrestling podcasts, or even sports podcasts, like, baseball and stuff, where they do Mount Rushmores. This is a tough one for me. I'm gonna have to sit on this one for a second. I'm gonna have to think about this one. I'm gonna answer it in this video, but let me think about it while we get to another question here. This one's from Jordan Jury. That's it. Jordan Jury. That's a good name, actually. I like that. That's like a wrestling name, dude. Jordan Jury. What do you think the thought process was for this change? With Punk gone and company in trouble, they thought Rock would be a good headliner for Mania, but Punk was supposed to fight Seth, not Roman. Rock versus Seth would be another dream match. Why does Cody have to face consequences of Vince McMahon and his actions? Yeah, I mean, we kind of went through it a little bit already. I don't know. I feel like this was the plan all along. Like I said, Cody is going to get his. Don't worry about it. I feel like Cody will get his. My only fear is, one, I don't want them, if Cody goes for the World Heavyweight Championship, I don't want them to try to convince us that by him winning the World Heavyweight Championship is him finishing his story. Because in my opinion, and I think in many others, him winning the story is winning the WWE Championship. That's just how I feel about it. If he wins the World Heavyweight Championship, I mentioned this in a comment somewhere in one of the videos, I would like Drew to be in this World Heavyweight Championship match, right? If we're not going to do Cody versus Roman, and if Cody has beaten Seth 3 times, we need to add a new wrinkle into this story, right? We need to get maybe someone else in there. Maybe make it a triple threat with Drew McIntyre versus Cody versus Seth, or maybe you make it into a fatal 4-way. Seth, Cody, Drew, and Sammy. Something. Let's do something different here. And regardless of the outcome of that match, I say you have Damian Priest cash in. Let's just say Cody wins that World Heavyweight Championship. I barely want him to get his hands on that title. Maybe just as he touches it, Priest cashes in, and it's sort of like the same thing that happened to Cody's dad, where Dusty Rhodes gets that title ripped right out of his hands. You know what I mean? Like something like that would be interesting. But by doing that, and it's not Barry and Cody, you're still just adding more to Cody's story, and then Cody can still go chase Roman Reigns' title, even though he just technically won the World Heavyweight Championship for a second. But then you give it to Priest, and then Priest can carry that title for his feuds with whoever. I feel like it'll be a face turn eventually for Priest, right? And he's going to be facing Drew. Seth can go off and heal up. Punk will be back in a few months. Priest, give him a little run. We got to figure out a way to factor in Priest in this, honestly, because he's going to have to win that championship. I can go back and maybe find a couple of these other emails. They were kind of long, though. Let's see this one. Okay, this one is from Andrew Vaughn. At first, I was glad to see Rock back, but did feel Cody was hard done by, and having him literally step aside in the ring to The Rock was stupid. Yes, I agree with you that 100%. I didn't like that either. But now, after seeing the way all these man-children have been acting online with the death threats, and a lot of it is just herd mentality as well, yeah, I want Rock to go full Hollywood heel, tear into these losers, and even have him win the belt at WrestleMania. He can then drop it to Cody at SummerSlam. But in reality, I think Cody leaves WrestleMania with the belt. Not sure how, but I'm not sure how, but that's how WrestleMania 40 will end, in my opinion. Love your vids, man. Cheers. Andrew, thank you for this. I'm going to have to disagree a little bit with you on some of that. Heel Rock, Hollywood Heel Rock is probably one of my favorite rocks I've seen. And we didn't see a bunch of different rocks, but heel Hollywood Rock was amazing. I would love to see heel Hollywood Rock back, but I don't know the likelihood of that right now. You know, Rock, I feel like he's trying to get everybody back on his good graces, especially after the Hawaii thing and some of his movies bombing. You know, he always knows he can come back to WWE and everybody's going to love him and cheer him and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I don't think so. I don't think we're going to see the heel Rock yet, at least, if ever, honestly. It's probably maybe a little too late in the game for The Rock to be a heel. It would be cool, though. It would be interesting. It would be fun. That whole scenario about Cody beating him at SummerSlam, I just can't see WWE putting Cody in a match against The Rock. I just can't. I just don't think WWE sees Cody on that level. As harsh as that sounds, to be honest. I mean, The Rock, I feel like, has very few matches in him, and I feel like his opponents are even slimmer than, or even less than the amount of matches he has. Rock Roman makes sense, right? You got two mountains of people. Cody, no disrespect and nothing, you know, no shade against Cody or anything like that, but it's just not the same. I don't think I see that happening, honestly. All right, let's get to this last question here. It's the Mount Rushmore, actually. I don't even need to read it. Mount Rushmore, I think how I'm going to approach the Mount Rushmore is this way. The 4 people I announced for the Mount Rushmore. I don't necessarily have them being my top 5, maybe not, maybe not my top 10, but definitely not my top 5. I know who my top 5 wrestlers are, and I feel like all these guys I'm about to name are not in that 4. I am a little hung up on some of these choices, okay? Now I'm rethinking. I don't know. I had it, but now I'm rethinking. Okay. Before I get into it, I just want to make sure everybody knows that everyone's opinion on this Mount Rushmore is going to be different. You might not like what I have as my Mount Rushmore. Completely fine. But one thing I would like to know is who your Mount Rushmore is for WWE. If you guys want to put it in the comments, that'd be amazing to read. I would love to see that. Give me your Mount Rushmore of WWE superstars, wrestlers, whatever you want to call them. That'd be great. And maybe later on we can divide it up. We can break it up. You know, Mount Rushmore of women, Mount Rushmore of high flyers, Mount Rushmore of part-timers, whatever. Maybe later on we could do that if you guys want to do that. But yeah, in the comments, leave that. Leave who your Mount Rushmore is. Okay, I might go with here. I want to do this in a way where I'm kind of hitting a few different eras, right? I'm going to go off of complete star power, household names. People know them. They advanced the wrestling business. They mean everything to wrestling, right? You can bring up these guys' names to a non-wrestling fan, and they know exactly who they are, what they've done. They've been in movies, commercials, all that kind of stuff. All right, so I think, big time influencers in wrestling, pro wrestling. I feel like we got to have Ric Flair on there, okay? May not be a popular choice to a lot of people, but if I'm trying to hit different eras and what these guys meant to pro wrestling, I'm probably going to go Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, as much as my personal opinions for him aren't really that great. But Hogan will be 2. Stone Cold Steve Austin. And when I say I don't have these guys in my top 5, I don't think I have Austin in my 5, but I think he's in my 10. So Austin probably makes the 10. So Ric Flair, Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and for the 4th, I have to go with John Cena, man. I have to. And when I was younger, couldn't stand John Cena. I've grown to love the guy. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, I guess. So Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, John Cena. Do not yell at me for this. Do not unsubscribe because of this. Trust me, I got more to offer than you being upset about my Mount Rushmore. I want to know who your Mount Rushmore is, though. That'd be fantastic. I think that's going to be it for the emails for this episode. Please keep sending these in. I would love to make a video every week talking to you guys and answering emails. That'd be so much fun for me. And before we go, I just want to let you guys in on something here about me personally, okay? It's not a wrestling thing. If you've watched this far, thank you so much. If you feel so inclined to, I would really appreciate it if you hit like and subscribed to this channel. If you commented on this video, would be amazing. It would really help this channel. We're all trying to make this thing grow, right? Let's make this channel the biggest wrestling channel we can make it. That would be amazing. And I promise you, I appreciate all of you for this. One thing about me, if you guys don't know, I have it in another video, but I did mention, and it's not wrestling related, but this past year, 2023, all of 2023, I dealt with a lot of anxiety and stress and depression, and I ended up stepping away from making videos and recording podcasts for a whole year. And I remember going into 2023, it was my goal to grow the channel bigger and more than I ever have, and I just didn't. I had so many things happen in my life, which we all go through, right? But it wore me down. It really beat me up last year. And so I had no motivation to make any videos. I didn't have any motivation to do anything. Anytime I was like, man, I should get back into recording, I would say that. And then when the time came when I was gonna do it, I just folded, man. That depression and everything just took over. I'm happy last week I decided to come out with a Cody Rhodes video, because so far it's the best thing that's happened to me. I used to put in a lot of effort in videos and podcasts, and nobody would ever watch or listen. And I may be a one family member, hey, nice, I listened to it, it's cool. It's nice, but eventually it was kind of why, I'm putting this all out there and I'm just not getting anything back, and that kind of wore on my head or whatever. But last week when I pushed that video on Cody Rhodes, and just the overwhelming response by all of you, I mean, I can't even put into words, right? I love that. I thank you so much for that. And anyway, the whole reason why I brought this up is because I went from dreading to making videos to now I cannot wait to make more videos. I can't wait. Like I go to work and I'm like, I can't wait till I get home. I'm going to be doing the email videos, talking about Raw, talking about SmackDown, talking about Cody, all that stuff. I cannot wait for it. So I thank you because that is all because of you. And yeah, if we can get this video out there, this channel out there, reach as many people as we can, let's get some subscribers in here. You know, I want to give back. So if we get to 1,000 subscribers, I would like to give away something or give something to you guys. I think that's just a token I can show you of my appreciation. But all right, I think that wraps up this video. I thank you all for watching. I thank you all for listening. I thank you all for commenting and liking and subscribing, all that great stuff. I love that you're here. I love that you're here with me. I can't wait to see where this channel goes, and where it goes is completely up to you guys. So I appreciate that. I appreciate all of you. Have a great rest of your week. Depending on what happens at the press conference on Thursday, I might make a video about it. If it's big news, definitely going to make a video about it. But until then, have a great week, and I'll see you guys on the next video.